I'm Martinez. My name is Itzell, and it's Mask Monday. So we'll be using this mask today. And you leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. So we got some Reddit stories. Let's get the mask on and get to the Reddit stories. I'm not sure how many we'll get through, but there is one that has to do with like relationship advice, and I really want to get to that one, so at least 3 stories. Hopefully it doesn't go away, because sometimes they delete them and then you can't access them anymore, but I'm hoping that's not the case. So these are all like new stories like done the morning that I'm filming, so hopefully they're still all there. I didn't copy and paste them like I normally do. I just like have the tabs open and I'll read them that way. So if you hear a lot of like scuffling noises, that's Bonnie. She is not being chill at all. So, because Lila has to go to the bathroom and drink water and stuff, so we switch them. We don't have them out together because Bonnie is way too playful and Lilo is not about that. Like, she doesn't know how to just chill out, and we don't want anything to happen to Bonnie, so. Yeah. Like, one time she was out there with her because she ran out and I couldn't grab her in time, and Lila had her like pinned down to get her to calm down and stop. So yeah, my mom's like, absolutely not. I remember Lila's a German Shepherd and we're not sure what Bonnie is. They told us like a Labrador mix, but she's so hyper and she looks a little like a pit bull or a bulldog. So okay, she's sweet, like, and she loves people. So alright, let's get to the stories. So this one is, am I the a-hole for telling my parents I won't be paying any more rent until my sister starts paying hers? Well, honestly, no, that sounds valid. So, I'm 28, my sister's 26. I moved back into my parents' granny flat behind their main house about 3 years ago to save for a deposit on my own place. And we've had an arrangement where I pay them $600 a month, which covers part of the utilities and the Wi-Fi. My sister moved into the main house 2 years ago after she finished her post-grad and has been working full-time since. I always assumed she was paying something similar to me. We never actually talked about it directly. Last night, I was bringing some laundry over from my flat and could hear my parents in the kitchen on speakerphone with what sounded like a bank or credit card company, both clearly stressed about it. I waited until they were finished and offered to bump my rent up to 8 or 900 for a few months to help them get on top of things. They were really grateful. My mom nearly cried. I asked just as a follow-up what my sister was paying so I could work out the gap. There was a long silence and then my mom said nothing, and my dad got a look on his face I had not seen in years. He told me my sister has not paid a single cent in 2 years. And on top of that, she just bought a brand new car that my dad has been paying the insurance on because she said she was tight that month and the next. We had a family sit down later that evening and my sister came in defensive from the start when my parents floated the idea of her paying $300 a month and me staying at $600. She said $100 max for mine for wait. She said 100 max because she was trying to live her life and saving for her own future too. I told her I had been saving for mine for 3 years while paying her in. Okay. Like, I guess paying for both of them. Sorry about that. I got like a little messed up there. And she told me to F off. And I was being such a snitch and stormed off to her room. After she left, I told my parents I wouldn't be paying any more rent until she starts paying hers, and that whatever she ends up paying is what I'm paying too. No more. My mom got upset and said that they really needed the money, and I told her that's not my problem to solve alone anymore and went back to my flat. This morning, my dad knocked on my door and told me I was being an a-hole for refusing to keep paying. And when I said, make my sister pay, he said he won't listen. He said she won't listen to them and they can't force her. I told him that's too bad and shut the door. Am I the a-hole? NTA. So from what I understand, she's never paid. They've never asked. Now that they asked, she's trying to negotiate for a lower sum, which is still a fraction of what you're paying or have been paying. She owes them back rent. You're not the a-hole. You didn't do anything wrong. I think, if they have one standard for one child, they should have it for the other. And even if they calculated like what you make, versus what she makes, and make the rent kind of like, the places where they factor like how much you make and how many hours you do, like the low income housing, and they calculate your rent based on that, based on what you can afford, versus like this is the amount. I feel like that would have been fine, but they didn't do any of that. They just gave you a number and said that she can live there for free. That's not fair. So, like, if your child doesn't listen to you, that sounds like a you problem where you parented them poorly. That's not OP's problem. Let me know your thoughts. Sorry, I got a little mixed up there when I was like, jumped down a line, but it's fine. Let's get to the next story. Don't mind me fighting with my iPad to open up. Oh, this way. Okay, this one is, am I the a-hole for not inviting my sister, husband, and 3 kids to my small wedding? Probably not. I want to know, like, what's the reasoning, like, if you guys are, like, not close or something. I, 33F, am recently engaged to my fiance, M40, and we're super excited to get married. We knew we wanted a small wedding since we live in a different state, away from both sides of the family. And at the end of the day, weddings are so expensive for everyone involved, so we were considering a small wedding. When we were mulling over who, what, where, I text my mom saying that we are thinking, exact praise, of maybe having each other's parents, our best friends who introduced us. We were in their wedding party 6 years ago, and my mom's best friend, who is a single older lady, and she's basically an aunt. Fast forward a week. I get a really nasty text from my sister, 35F, saying how horrible of a person I am, how she didn't want me to be her maid of honor in her wedding, and didn't want me to be a godmother to her kids, but she felt like she had to. What? Like, whoa? I'm sorry. Whoa. At first, I text her saying it's not the case and that we just want a small wedding. She leaned in even more. She goes on to say that she always wanted to be close with me, but I kept her at arm's length, and that she never felt good enough. And I'm a terrible person, blah blah. I apologized and said that I'm sorry she thinks this, just and that I was just visited. Okay, I think they must appear. That I just visited her family for Easter, Christmas, etc. Okay. Alright, this isn't making any sense. Alright. I apologized and said I'm sorry that she thinks this, and that I just visit her family for Easter, Christmas, etc. Okay, like she added too many words that shouldn't have been there. We got it. She leaned in more, slinging insults and weird delusions. Finally, I let her have it and said that she's insane and that she has to find any way to make everything about her. I come to find out my sister hacked into my mom's phone behind her back and read the text message I sent saying that we're thinking of having a small wedding. That's what started all of this. So now we are almost forced to have a small wedding because we certainly don't want to invite her and her whole family, which sucks because I like my nieces and vice versa. I've always gotten them Christmas presents, attended dance recitals, etc., but I really can't put up with my crazy ass sister who makes up and feeds into her own delusions. I even sent her kids new summer shoes for their birthday last week, and last night I came home to a package I didn't recognize. I opened it to find the girl's shoes and a note from her saying she finds gift exchanges inappropriate since we're no contact. What's worse is my mom has a complete a complete enmeshed relationship with her. So I'm getting yelled at because of all of this is also half my fault. I'm answering my own question writing this, but I wanted to put it out to the world and triple check. Am I the a-hole? NTA, you're not the a-hole. You thought you were going to a safe space, right? You thought you were just telling your mom your feelings and nothing was going to come out of it. Like, this is just your way of thinking, that she wasn't going to run and tell anybody, or that she's like password buddies with your sister, and they have like, you can check my phone whatever you want, like some weird controlling relationship thing. Like, that's weird. And it sucks that you're losing your family because of this, but honestly, your sister definitely no contact because it's not all about you. It's not all about you. Your feelings and everything is about me, you know? Like, your wedding should be about you and what you want. But your mother not coming to your defense, not saying anything, like siding with your sister and half blaming you, low contact, definitely. And it sucks that you're put in this position, but really, for a lot of people, weddings are the times when we realize who's really there for us and who is really not. And it sucks to find out that your mother is not in your corner when it really comes down to it. I'm so sorry for you. Let me know your thoughts. I think NTA, you didn't do anything wrong. Alright, this is the one I was talking about. This is the relationship advice. So if you have any advice, leave it in the comments. Am I the a-hole struggling with abstinence in my relationship? I'm a very private person and have tried to get through this with my partner, but I'm confused and overwhelmed. Background: I am in my 30s and a virgin. I grew up in a family full single parent at every generation above me, a lot of them were in long term relationships having kids without any strong commitment. I was about 13 when I decided I didn't want that and would prefer waiting on intimacy, let's put it that way, until marriage. Because I knew I wasn't interested in getting married really young, I basically avoided dating. It wasn't hard because intimacy is the theme in high school and college. I am in a relationship now, and I was very upfront with my partner about my choice and boundaries. He said he was down. Since then, issues relating to sexual intimacy have been an issue. We're in a long distance relationship, and I relented to allow phone intimacy and even sent videos to accommodate his needs. But it's never enough. It it's always an escalation to push against boundaries set and he's verbally agreed to. When he makes a request and I say no, I can expect to receive um no less than an hour long, like, I don't know, message or like conversation about how inconsiderate I am to his needs. Him consistently going back and forth as oh, not as has eroded my trust and sense of ease around him. Understandable. I don't want to say something or share simple videos of me dancing so it doesn't trigger another round of requests. We are so compatible in every other area, but this one, we've talked about marriage and even planning to elope in September due to expense. With the latest incident, I am seriously considering if I should take this next step, and I'm worried that the normal occasion the normal occasional it says no in relationship after marriage will lead to the same pattern of self-pitying lectures that is increasing my aversion of being intimate with him. I don't know how to resolve this. I thought about ending the relationship so many times, but held on because of other than this issue, we're good. How can, how can I resolve this? Honestly, what I've learned with life experience, the people that push your boundaries after you've established them and you've told them multiple times that these are my boundaries, like you need to respect it, and they keep pushing and they keep pushing and they keep steamrolling your boundaries, it's never going to work with those kind of people. They don't respect you. If they don't respect you, you're done. They're always going to value their needs above yours and always put their comfort above yours. And believe me, that is not a good place to be. I've been there. Highly don't recommend. But now that I've seen that, and I can notice when people are going against what I want, going against my boundaries, like pushing against them, then I know you're not the person for me. Because if you're doing that right now and it's not even serious, it's going to get worse. You're going to get to a point where they're always steamrolling whatever you have established, and it's not a good place to be. I understand that you say you're incompatible in all these other ways, but this isn't just about intimacy. This is about respecting boundaries. They don't respect your boundaries. To have a happy, healthy relationship, you have to respect each other. You respect him, he doesn't respect you. So, I think you have to end it. Because he's not changing. He wants you to make all the changes and you to do everything. And that's not a good place to be, where you're constantly like bending over backwards to fulfill all of their needs, wants, desires, and you're not getting any of that in return. It's give and take. He's just taking from you. You'll lose yourself completely and it's not worth it. You're not the a-hole. Like, you're not wrong for feeling this way, for wanting to not make that next step until you're married and committed. But you need to find somebody that is really okay with it. There are plenty of people that say they're okay with it and try to bulldoze you to get what they want, and that's not okay. I was in a situation where it was reversed, where he didn't want to do anything until marriage, and I already had children, I already done stuff, I wanted to continue doing stuff, and I felt like utter crap when I would push his boundaries, and I'm like, you know what, I need to stop. I cannot do that. Like, I need to respect his choice, and I need to respect that he's not the person for me. And mind you, I was like 21, so I was really young, but I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong to push somebody's boundaries and to push against what they want, and that's not okay. So I took myself away from that situation and let him find his person that he could, like, have that with, because he wanted me to be abstinent for years. I'm like, yeah, nope. That's not gonna happen. So, yeah, you have to do what's right for you. For both of you. He wants all that intimacy, let him have it with somebody else. And then you find the person that's right for you and respects you and your boundaries, and that is a perfect match for you. Because I can tell you right now, this guy is not a perfect match for you. Them not respecting you is a huge red flag. So, let's do one more story. Okay, let's find out which one I like between these two. I'm gonna go with the other one because it's, like, less story. So, this one is, am I the a-hole for moving my kids abroad even though they're my parents' only grandchildren? Right? Like, right now, without having information, no. NTA. After a long year of thinking about whether or not to raise my kids in southern Italy, my wife, who's Northern European, and I decided that the best thing for them and for us too is to move abroad to a country where we lived years ago. The only thing left to do is tell my parents. My kids are their only grandchildren, so I already had a pretty good idea of how they'd react. My dad, sad but understanding. My mom shut down completely. Grave-like silence. My sister went off on me, saying I'm selfish, that I don't care about the family, that my parents only have them as grandchildren, and I'm taking away the one joy they have left. I get it. I wasn't expecting them to jump for joy. What really pisses me off, though, is that they didn't even try to understand why. Maybe their son is half depressed because there's absolutely nothing for him in this shitty little town. Maybe his wife is even worse because she can't integrate here. Maybe we want to give our kids a future and not make them deal with the effed up culture people have around here. Their happiness comes first, as always. So, am I the a hole for moving abroad with my children knowing it will hurt my parents? NTA. It sounds like you are doing what's right for you, your family, and like you're not doing anything wrong. Not everybody is guaranteed to live closely to their grandchildren. Some people do, and they're lucky and blessed, and others, they're not as blessed, and that's okay. And yeah, like, you can't please everyone. You need to take care of yourself, your children, and your wife, and that's what you're doing. And NTA, you're not doing anything wrong. You can't live your life based on what others' opinions are on the matters. Like, you need to do what's right for you guys as a whole. So, let me know your thoughts. Thank you for spending time with me.